Right, after the stress of what happened this morning, yesterday, last night, and this morning with this tenant, this fake tenant downstairs, Dion, who's here right now, and I'm just ignoring, obviously. By the title of this video, you will see. This was on the table downstairs for me. I've just had enough of all these Fruit Loops everywhere. I've had enough of them. I'll read you what's in this eviction notice. You can laugh. A tiny bit of it, of course. I thought I was going to throw up yesterday. I thought I was going to throw up and pass out. Because that's what these group of Fruit Loops narcissists do. They push a person, they make a person so ill, they kill a person by means of, as the social worker landlord said to me back in 2009 when my mother was dying of cancer and he made me homeless, he said, you might want to check you haven't inherited your mother's cancer. And you know too much. Yeah, lovely people we're dealing with, lovely. Well, apparently, one of the tenants has found alternative accommodation until I've moved out. Oh, great! Then I won't have to clean up his poo and wee. This is all because a 79-year-old man, a demented bully, didn't like being asked very politely if he would clean up after himself. And the 85-year-old Diddums Fruit Loop landlady is supporting him. Yes, I can talk like you, Victoria Scott, watching my videos. Yes. This is how she talks. She laughs. She's very sarcastic. I'm going to read it in the same voice that she would use. Now payment of 2 months' rent, which is not true. That's not true, because Monique Prescott, whom I phoned yesterday, paid you 1 month's rent from January to February. So that's not true. It's not 2 months, my dear. She doesn't speak that well. No, she's a little bit more common than that. Because Monique Prescott is sorting out your housing benefits, but you didn't want to know that. No, you're just bitter because you didn't want to fix the heating, which is why yesterday when you assaulted me, you said you'd turn the heating off. She was very happy for me to be freezing in bed when it was -3. Now she's going to talk about what her son, who I think he's distressed because he's her son, in my opinion. That's my opinion. He had the look on his face that he'd been crying. I'd never met him before. I've seen this look with a lot of people. This is not the first time this has happened. The tenant is in breach of contract. Really? What breach of contract is that, Victoria? You committed a crime against me and now you're doing it lawfully because this is a Form 3, so nothing's been breached. You're in breach of, you've committed a crime and you're in a breach of the Equality Act and you assaulted me. Which was made 11th of January 2024, which is when I moved in. Due to non-payment of required rent, I have tried to resolve and reason and resolve concerns, which Bryony has unfortunately, following a visit today, 11th of March. Yes, you made false accusations, you told me to shut up, you pushed me. That's not resolving things, Victoria. This was something exercise as we both had a shouting match. I was not shouting. In fact, neither were you, except when you went, "Be quiet." That was aggressive. That was just Fruit Loop. I don't shout. I raise my voice when I'm being harassed, assaulted, and caused alarm and distress. Bryony was abusive to another tenant. Was I? Well, you need to back up your claim. You need to have evidence to back up your claim. Does that tenant in question have a recording? Because I sincerely hope that you, or one of you, recorded all of what happened yesterday. I really do. But I don't think you did you, Victoria? To another tenant and my son Thomas, who merely tried to calm the situation. Her son is... That's the son I was talking about. I think he's distressed because he's seen this before, and I would not want to have a mother like that. I would give that person a wide berth if I saw them on the other side of the street. I'd just keep away. He ended the encounter, and don't forget, she'd already committed a crime against me, and she'd assaulted me when I was trying to speak to him. They're absolute Fruit Loops. He then exited the property. The other tenant will seek alternative accommodation until all issues are resolved and Bryony has left the property. Well, do you know what? It's funny because I think no one would put up with what I've put up with unless you just get filthy, dirty tenants. And I don't think he was joking when he said to me and that nervous lady in room 2 that he has a bath every 6 months. And as I put in the description in my last video, every now and again I'll remember little things and I'll think, how, I let so much go over my head, but then you do, because you don't expect people to behave. You just don't expect a 79-year-old man to behave like a demented little boy with a firework. Do you think this is sound behaviour from someone who's lost a daughter, who's saying they like winding up the maintenance man? And Victoria tells me the maintenance man had a mental breakdown and left. Yes. Yeah, because none of you are being honest, including Dion downstairs, who's telling me one thing, that she doesn't have a problem with me, and then she's telling me that she's told the landlady that, and then I've never known anything like it. So get it right, Victoria, because it's not 2 months. It would be 1 month's rent now, but it's not 2 months. They don't know, they don't even get the facts right. They commit crimes before they've even... But I've got it in writing. Thanks for that, Victoria.